Lately, I've been asking myself, who is one of the worst characters in all of One Piece? For anyone with real knowledge of the series, there are plenty of names that immediately come to mind. But I think we all have that one character we personally latch onto and say, this is the biggest piece of trash in the story. And it's not even close. For me, for the longest time, that character was Charlos. Because of what Charlos did to Hachi, right? And to the random guy and his wife on Sabaody Archipelago on a whim. But Charlos isn't the exception. He's the representation of the Celestial Dragons as a whole. The Celestial Dragons sit at the very top of the world government, a system that allows no real democracy, no accountability, and no dissent without consequences. They suppress freedom of speech, manipulate rhetoric, and enforce their greed through absolute power. These rules are non-negotiable. Unless you exist in a position powerful enough to rival the world government itself, something that Yonko have proven time and time again. And when you start to notice how much of this mirrors real-world systems, it becomes painfully clear who the true worst characters in One Piece really are. Yes, villains will always be the heroes of their own stories, but there's a very real distinction between a villain and a monster. Blackbeard are villains. Salmers, Charlos, are monsters. Anyone who takes pleasure in the suffering of children in any capacity is not sane. At that point, it's no longer about understanding motives. It's about recognizing psychotic lunacy and a complete absence of empathy for human life. Salmers is openly willing to watch children fall to their passings, hoping their parents either sacrifice themselves or are forced to watch just so he could savor the pain and emotional devastation. That's not evil with a purpose. That's maniacal. That's mentally disturbed. Frankly, that's crazy. Oda has always had a unique way of reflecting real-world truths through the lens of One Piece. Those in power are capable of inflicting real harm without boundaries simply for their own pleasure. And because of that, I genuinely believe there's no one worse in One Piece than the Celestial Dragons.
That was so eloquently put.
Oh, thanks.
I love that.